So first, Jira is used for only the agile based processes, and also we can use for waterfall processes as well. So when we are going to explore on Jira, so first we should be aware of what is SDLC, so how it follows. So under software development lifecycle, what and all the steps we have, and for what purpose we are going to use Jira. As like Jira, we have other tools as well. We have Bugzilla, and also we have version 1 only for the tracking of bugs, but not into the advanced level. Where the Jira concept came, we have the advanced level of tracking and also the reporting everything under one umbrella. So let me explain you what is SDLC. The SDLC is a framework which defines the task performed on the each step in the software development process. So in the software development process, so we'll be having the planning and then analysis, design, implementation, testing, and the maintenance. Whereas in DevOps, you will be having the production, deployment, all these things as well. Right. So SDLC is the structure which is development, followed by the development teams who uses this tool, because someone has developed something, they are used for tracking purposes. They can raise the issues for on what thing they are blocked, and also for testing they can raise it. So because of this point of time, so we are blocked with something, so for that time, for that you can use the issue concept, and it consists of the detailed plan describing how you can develop, maintain, replace and specific software. Right. So in this one, so how the planning can be done, how the requirement you are going to take, how you are going to design, so in which phase you are, whether you are in development phase or testing phase or in maintenance phase, all these things we are able to see it in the SDLC. Now, so in the SDLC, what are the steps it is included? The first, we are going to take the requirement analysis. So after the requirements are ready, then we are going for the designing part. So in the designing, we are going to specify, so what we are going to do it. So once the requirement is ready, you are going to take the important things. The first thing is you are going to take the main epics. It is nothing but the epics. So under epics you will be having the other issue types, so which is used for the designing purpose, for what you have to develop on the important points you have to take, and then you are going for the development. So one by one, in which sprint you have to complete what features has to be developed. After development, so once the software is developed, you have to go for the testing. So in the testing, the testers will be performing whether the developed application is working good or not. So that will be done in the testing phase, which will be taken care by the testing team. Then we will be going for the maintenance. Maintenance is nothing but everything is done, so that it will go for the maintenance, whether it is working for fine, and you will be having the different environments. Once it is developed and tested and you have built some artifacts, it will be deployed into the different environments. Right. So that user can will be able to use it if there is no bugs. Next, so we are using Jira for this tracking purposes. Whatever the development or testing or some other things are done, we have a team of some. Let me take some 10 members. So we don't know what they are doing. So if we have the tool to track it, so that in the tool what they are doing, on what thing they are blocking, so all these things will be tracked by the Jira. And only, like if you wanted to assign, or the scrum master have to assign something, like these people wanted to work on particular task, so this will be created an issue in the Jira, so that it will be assigned to the people, so that they will be able to work on that. It will be tracked who are working on that particular issue, on what time they are working, what they have done today, what they are going to do in the next month. All these things will be tracked in the format of issue. Suppose if it is done and closed, they are going to close it, so that even people will be getting notifications what the people are working, the other team people are working, whether it is in the deployment or whether it is in the development or else the testing phase. All these things can be tracked. And here we have the different types of projects concepts. Okay, so based on our requirements, we are going to create the different projects. Next, Zero software is a part of the family of products defined to help the teams of all types of people to manage the work. So here all the people will be there. Like you will be having the sales people, you will be having the IT people, like to track. We have a beautiful concept called Jira service desk. In Jira service desk, all the things will be managed. The IT portal, it is like our IT portal. In our company we'll be having the portal, right? So in the same way, I want the laptop, you can raise a request, you can track it. Even for that purpose, Jira can be used. For ticketing purpose, I need access to some particular tool, you can raise a ticket and you can track it. So what status it is, to whom it is assigned, so what is the progress of this, you can comment it, you can see the work history, whether they have seen this issue or not, how many days they have taken, everything will be tracked in the Jira. And we can get the reports as well. Next, originally Jira was designed as a bug and issue tracker. Same as Jira, we have other tools as well just to track the bugs and issue. It will not give any reports. If we want the reports, they will be manually doing with the Excel, right? So whereas in Jira we have the reports concept, you can customize it on what basis you want the reports, what and all the different reports we have also I'll show you. But today Jira has evolved into a powerful work management tool for all kind of use cases. Now Jira is used in almost each and every company, not only for project management, not only for bugs, even for other purposes like instant management, for IT management, for sales, for each and everything they are using the Atlassian tools. Even Confluence is used for documentation purpose. Suppose if you go to any official documentation, most of the people they will be documented in the Confluence itself. In that particular space, you will be getting the different pages. So Atlassian has been evolved as a powerful work management for all kinds of use cases, not only Jira, all the Atlassian tools. Okay, from requirements and test case management for to the agile software development. So Jira is mainly used for the tracking purposes and to create the issue purposes. And if you go for the project management, you can test case management of the agile software you can use, because the development team will be working, they will be having the sprints, so that they can track it. Next, what is Jira and how does it works? So Jira is highly customizable project management system. All projects are logged into a central database and which goes through the number of workflows. I'll explain you what is workflow. Workflow is nothing but the design. Suppose let me tell you. Suppose if you wanted to apply for some Aadhaar card or something, or ration card or something, you should have the some prerequisites, like you should have some voter ID, some address proof, all these things. If you have that, there will be a process, you have to go and apply in the online, it will take some 4 or 5 days to approve. Once it is done, you will be able to download it from the um, internet. That is what the process. Whereas in Jira we have the same work process. So we will be having the different issue types which can define the workflow. Workflow is nothing but the life cycle, the process, how it follows. Different teams will be having different process of style, okay, how they follows. So that will be defined in the Jira. Suppose let me take one example. You have requested for laptop for the IT guy, you have raised a request. So there will be some approval process, you have to get the approval from your project manager and also their project manager, some IT head, all these things should be completed. Once it is done, you have to fill some form and you have to get this number, and then you have to go to that place and then you have to take it. So everything will be defined in the workflow. So that is nothing but the workflow. So the process of designing the life cycle of the particular issue or else particular task, that is nothing but the workflow. The workflow controls the statuses of the project as well as rules in which the transitions and the other runs. So if you wanted to go for one status to another status, we have the rules as well. Suppose if you wanted to set the condition, suppose if the manager disagrees to provide some laptop, okay, so you are not allowed to take the laptop once the transition is failed. So that is nothing but the transition. When I explain the workflows, I'll be able to show what the transition is, what the status is, how you can reuse the statuses, and how you can keep the conditions to restrict the people.